It's the 22nd of September 2019. I moved into this house in May 11th of 2017. And shortly after moving in, I contacted Waste Management because apparently they don't drive up the road to where the house is, where I live, to pick up the garbage cans. You have to go about a half mile, quarter mile down the road to another location, bring them down there. It's a really steep hill. So I said, you know what? I don't necessarily need their service, but I put the cans out in my front curb thinking they'd send someone by in a flatbed truck and pick them up. And, you know, you've seen their containers on the back of flatbeds going up and down the highway. So you figured that's a logical assumption to make. But then, you know, few weeks go by and still they haven't picked up their 3 cans. And so I called them back. And then I put them all the way down at the bottom of the hill, threw them in the bed of my truck and put them down at the bottom of the hill, thinking that they'd show up. Well, on July 8th, I know for a fact that I was at the bottom of the hill, and I used those as kind of a barricade for an area of the driveway and the common driveway that I share with other people that live up here. I had patched it, and I used those garbage cans as kind of a barricade to keep people from driving over the freshly compacted asphalt that we put in. It was about 105 up here that day, so it was like a perfect day, and the asphalt was really soft, and the compactor did a great job. It's held up to this day. So then finally the cans disappeared sometime after that. I don't know if Waste Management came back after my second call and, you know, picked them up, or, you know, what happened to them. I had no cause or no reason to suspect any of my neighbors would steal them. So 2 years go by. I get a letter in the mail from Waste Management addressed current resident, not my name, not my significant other's name, but current resident, and you owe us for 3 months. It was like $90-something. And I ignored it. I said, well, you haven't picked up trash for me. I don't have your trash cans. And, you know, why are you all of a sudden sending a bill to current resident as if that's legal? So then I get a nasty note, I think a month later, saying we're going to send you to collections, blah, blah, blah. And one of my previous conversations with them, I said, you know, they said that they were a utility. I said, no, gas company's a utility. It's underground. The utilities such as water and as the PG&E with the power, the electrical comes in, those are utilities. I don't see how you claim that your service of picking up garbage is a utility. Well, they're contracted with various agencies, like the City of Monterey contracts with Monterey Disposal, Waste Management contracts with, I guess, other municipalities, and with the county. So I looked up on the county's webpage, and apparently you have to get a waiver, which I qualified for because they can't drive their trucks up here. They're 35,000 pound trucks. Not only are they not rated for the road that we have in here, which they've damaged the hell out of on the lower part where they did manage to drive in, they're too big to turn around, and they're just too heavy to come up this hill. So my question is this: why do I need a waiver for something that I don't necessarily need? And some of you'll say, well, you need to get rid of your trash. I said, well, as long as I'm not posing a health threat to anyone in my neighborhood, I'm not burying my garbage, which I'm not doing, and I take all my recyclables to an old woman in Marina. I've got 2 bags over here right now. I'm going to drop off at her house on the way in. And everything else I dispose of in a proper fashion, then why should I have a garbage service? Or utility, the way they like to call it. But I think it's, when I did go to the county and applied, they, you know, immediately they said, okay, well, they don't come up to your house and, you know, you qualify for a waiver. But I have to now go back every 2 years. And the thing that irritated the hell out of me is Waste Management didn't know who I was, didn't know who lived at this address by their own letter of current resident. But the county then sends them and forwards them a waiver that has all my information on it. So the government that's supposed to protect me is now handing out my personal information to businesses and what other entities out there that they want to hand it out to without my authorization. I just don't understand. This is kind of like the Obamacare thing where they're going to mandate that you have health insurance, although they have no evidence or proof that you're ever going to need it, because you could die instantly in I'm an electrician. I could shock the hell out of myself and done, over with. But anyways, I just wondered if anybody else out here in the Prune Tuscany area of Monterey County has gotten a waiver, or what experiences they've had with waste management. Because if they can't drive up to your house, you don't have to have their service. I think more people should probably qualify for that, and either compost your wet trash and or dispose of elsewhere, or take it and dump it at the dump yourself, or to one of the other landfills that are here local. Anyways, peace. Just a gripe, just a bitch. Thought I'd throw it out there.